Gauteng is not the only province to undergo change, and in a few moments we'll take you to that briefing once we spot the new Premier, Panyaza Lesufi. But earlier today, Mpumalanga's Premier, Refilwe Mtsweni-Tsipane, announced changes to her Executive Council. Mtsweni-Tsipane has been appointed as the MEC for Corporate Governance and Traditional Affairs. We're now joined by Khanya Vilakazi, a political analyst from the University of Mpumalanga. Thank you very much for availing yourself in trying to understand whether this or these changes will have any impact, and if this is the council to take the province forward. What are some of the issues that are plaguing everyday people in that province?
I think Mpumalanga is quite a rural province. However, it has a lot of mining towns that heavily rely on mining to sustain themselves. So I think above and beyond that, when you then have national government saying that there needs to be a drawdown in terms of the mining towns and the mines that produce coal for Eskom, then it becomes a jittery province in terms of financial aspects of it and its survival.
And those mining operations there, have they by and large benefited the people of Mpumalanga?
Exactly. I think if it's to the benefits of the people of Mpumalanga, then these mining towns need to be revitalized and revived in other forms or others. So the introducing of Mtsweni-Tsipane, who was the former MEC of Agriculture, who has canvassed this whole province in terms of agricultural, under his agricultural portfolio, he now has the ability to then come back for the Premier as an MEC of corporate governance or COGTA to try and make sure that the municipalities that are within Mpumalanga try to give what the people of Mpumalanga require, which is the basic needs for growth.
What of Nompumelelo Hlophe? She's the new MEC for Economic Development and Tourism. What do we know about her as she's been tasked with unlocking the economy of that province?
Well, according to the Premier, she's well known in terms of an MPL, and she has served as a councillor before. So a person that has worked at local government sphere has somewhat an idea of the needs that communities have, and especially in the portfolio of tourism, which Mpumalanga also heavily relies on for income generation. I think she would have to put her best foot forward in these trying times, especially since there has been an attack on a tourist in the province, and that has grabbed the headlines in the past few days.
What of Mandla Ndlovu? What do we know about him? He now moves to public works, roads and transport.
So Mandla Ndlovu, who is the current chairperson of the ANC in the province, had previously been in COGTA, and then now that he's been moved to public infrastructure, I think it's one of those moves that are seen as accommodative to somebody else coming in, such as Mtsweni-Tsipane. However, I think the ANC is going to be moving in a very quick and rapid manner in terms of delivering services, delivering these so-called new strategies of pothole patching and all these other infrastructures that are actually cardinal to the growth of the province throughout.
You speak of the ANC potentially moving quick to deliver services. What do we need to understand about the politics of the ANC in Mpumalanga?
I think having Mtsweni-Tsipane back in terms of an MEC position, where he resigned last year, tells you that Mpumalanga is a province before they might have had issues, but now getting Mtsweni-Tsipane back into this provincial position is then somewhat trying to consolidate the power that Mpumalanga as a voting bloc has. But we do remember that in a few weeks back, Madlam Sidi was the only person of the newly elected top six of the ANC in the province that had highlighted the fact that he needed to address the issue of the province not endorsing the current deputy president who hails from this province. And he was asking cardinal questions in terms of when these decisions were taken, when and why were they taken, and why is it important for the province himself to have endorsed the current deputy president.
Sure. These changes from Mpumalanga, at least, of what consequence will it be for Team Mpumalanga as they go to the elective conference in December?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just consolidation of power. I think all provincial structures need to be in a very cohesive manner in terms of voting or in terms of posturing themselves towards December, because a small fragment in terms of the PEC can then trickle down to the individual regions and the various zones and wards where people ascended to the provincial structures using their own individual regions and zones to get to the PEC.
Khanya Vilakazi is a political analyst with the University of Mpumalanga. Thank you.